Everyone, thank you for joining me. This is Connie with Bright Paper Crafts, coming on today to share with you a quick project. This is the shadow frame box from SVG Cuts, and then I put the little graduation, the baby graduation gnome. It's a free file from Cadoodlebug Designs right now, and then I added some flowers from Really Reasonable Ribbon, along with the ribbon bow and just some greens. I cut the leaves from my cricket, and the curly green right behind is actually from a die I had. So I just thought I'd come on and share this with you quick. I just added some stickles onto the diploma papers from Echo Park. And if you do stick around, I do have a paper piece of how I put the little gnome together. That's cut at about 4 3/4 inch high. The black piece in the very background, I don't have a photo in there yet. I resized this shadow frame box to fit, so it would fit on, I could cut it on an 8.5 by 11 sheets of paper. I think it took about 5 sheets of white paper to cut, so it does take a little bit of paper. But I'm really liking how it turned out. I can see using this for a lot of other things also. And I apologize for the shaky camera. I'm trying to hold this while I do this. So anyway, stick around. You can see the paper piece process. Otherwise, thanks a lot for joining me. Have a great day. Hi everyone. Thank you for sticking around to watch the paper piecing process for this little baby gnome. Going to go ahead and get started. I have found, if I have not done a paper piece before, it is best if I just lay it all out as if I'm putting it together, not gluing anything down. And that's what I did with this one, and it seemed to work really well. So I'm going to go ahead and jump in. I did not cut the pacifier portion, and then there's one little yellow piece on top of the tassel that I'm going to be using perfect pearls. And my little gnome is cut at about, get these pieces out of the way a little bit. The background piece is cut at about 4 3/4 inch high. So just to give you an idea. The first piece I'm putting on, you've got 2 hand pieces, and please, I have been paper piecing and have a card I'm working on also, so my fingers, I forgot to wash them. I'm sorry. I get busy and keep going. Anyway, there are 2 hand pieces. One is a little bit more round. One has a flatter piece. We want to work with the more round piece first. So that's the first piece I am putting on. I do have the photo of this up on the computer, so if I have to stop and look a minute, I apologize. This is got a little bit of an oval, so putting the elongated piece at a bit of a sideways angle so it matches that background piece. And I just want to make sure, yeah, on the back, that it is lined up good there. The next 2 pieces I'm going to put on are the arm pieces. This arm, and if you could have seen it better without the hand there, but it's got a little bit of an indentation where the bottom of the arm will fit, or the bottom of the sleeve, excuse me. Get glasses in the way there. So just kind of trying to line that up with that piece. It's got a little bit of an indentation right there on the end. This one does not, and I pretty much lined it up because you're going to have a collar that's going to cover up a little bit. So, and you'll also have the diploma going, so you do cover up. If you think you have a little bit of a gap, it's okay, it will get covered up. All right, and then I believe we had to put, there is the base piece, and then this piece. This piece goes to the left of this. So pop that on. I think I'm slowly finally getting a little bit of my mojo back. I have been struggling terribly. I don't know why, but I'm going to put that over a little bit. If it doesn't quite, I want it down at the bottom here and over to the side here. If there's a little bit of just a hair here, we'll cover it up with the second piece here. It'll all get covered up, so it's all good. As I mentioned, I had a viewer request a card for Father's Day, and I have the pieces cut, and I might do that in a separate video, and then I will do the card. I'm not sure yet. I'm kind of looking at card ideas before I get too involved. So, okay, I'm just looking here. We're okay to put the diploma on now. Since these are a little bit bigger pieces and I want some wiggle room, if you're wondering, that's why I'm using my beacon glue. Gives me the option to move my pieces around a little bit. And then we'll go ahead and pop the rest of the diploma parts together. This is the bow. This is just a little piece that juts out there. I'm putting stickles on some of this, I think. I will try. I'm going to see once. I don't always have the best of luck with stickles. This little loop here actually is for the bow. So I thought I got this other piece a little bit off center. I'm going to leave it. I can't get it moved. I'm not. It'll pretty much all be covered up. It won't be the end of the world, so. And I might only put stickles on the top piece because otherwise it all runs together. And I don't think, yeah, my two stickles are the same color, so that's what I'm thinking now. I'm gonna go ahead and put the hand on though. Oh, and see, I forgot I talk and I don't pay attention. The hand actually goes under this bow part. So luckily, caught that in time. So doing this, first time. I apologize, guys. We're just gonna go like this. Make sure it's stuck on the back good. Okay. And got a tiny bit of red on here I don't want. Happens with, oh, that was the glitter pen. I'm having a wonderful day today, right? Okay, need to get rid of the glitter pen somewhere. I don't know where. I'm gonna put his feet on next. How about that? And his feet do come together in the middle. They don't angle out, they angle in, if that makes sense. Kind of like how I do my eyes. I didn't do the pacifier because I didn't want this to be a true, like baby. If you are doing, oh, you could do it for preschool. I just didn't like the pacifier on it. I like the little design, it's cute, but as for the rest, no, I decided to go with what I've got. Okay, so you've got these two quarter circle pieces, and they're going to come together like that. And I'm just putting them right, this one right to butt up to this other side piece, have a match at the top of the gown piece. So they all just kind of come, and it just fits in this little, there's a little kind of an angle there. It all fits together. I will say this is one of the quicker pieces I've put together. Very simple, really. You just don't be like me and do pay attention, not like I don't. I'm taking the headpiece. There are two pieces here to get the back for the ears, and then this, and I'm going to just glue these together. I don't really know that there's a top and a bottom to the oval in that, but the headpiece, there is a top and a bottom, if you weren't aware of that. So that's why I kind of also wanted to put this together. The ears are just a little bit lower on one side than the other, and the ears curve up a little bit on one side, and the ears curve down on the picture. And also on here, these little pieces, they curve down. So when you put this together, I gotta pick this up so I can make sure I get this, oh, keep my computer awake. I want to make sure that we get them so you know that the ears are curving down the slightest bit. This little piece on top of the ear is the brim of the hat, so we're all good there. And some glue on here. I hope you're having some sunshine today. It's kind of cloudy and dreary while I'm doing this. It's supposed to rain today, which we do need, but I enjoy the sunshine too, so. So I'm gonna make sure I've got this. Okay. Don't worry about my inking part. It'll all kind of fade out and go together. It all works out. Next thing I'm going to do is put the hat on. And it's easier for me sometimes to hold it up so I can get it all together. Okay, and then we're going to put the brim on, and it will just come like this. Okay, let's see if I can get this on to cover. Well, yeah. I'll leave his nose for last. Then this red piece will come on here. When I have some very small pieces like the narrow piece of this top, I just ink the sides. I don't ink, on top of the flat piece. And this has a definitive way it goes on. Sorry, I'm just trying to remember I don't have that yellow piece. That's okay. And the nice thing with paper, it gives a little bit so you can shape it to fit it, because it didn't want to go the way I wanted. So I'm going to put that little piece on top. All right, and then we're going to put his nose on. And this is, oh goodness, I've got to get this centered. Well, then. That looks pretty good. I am going to come in with some chalk if I can find the right color. And I might kind of have to go with a couple colors to kind of blend out his bottom. I have purchased some new sponge daubers, and I am finding it doesn't matter if I buy the expensive ones or the cheap ones. They all kind of, goodness, I'm losing my pom-pom. They all basically peel the same. So if you're investing in sponge daubers, you know, just regular ones is fine. And my fancy blending technique, I'm going to leave it alone before I make it. I'm okay with it having a little bit of feathering. Just figure he's blushing. But I'm going to quick finish with some, excuse my noisy case there, some white pan pastels for a little bit of highlighting. And I'm going to try to fix that, dull it down a little bit. In the grand scheme of things, you're not going to see it that much against the whole piece. So again, wipe off some of the white chalk on my shirt. I'm going to come back and do his cheeks. I failed to do that. Good grief. I was worried about his mouth. And I am using a little bit of a, like a terracotta and a pomegranate color. Just kind of put a little bit of chalk on his cheeks here. Top of his nose, so he really is blushing. Poor little guy. He's all excited he graduated. I shouldn't say guy, I'm actually making this into a girl, so you could do Nouveau drops here. I don't think I would get them small enough, or you could do perfect pearls too, if you wanted, but we'll just go with that. Almost reminds me of a little witch instead of a little girl graduating. You know what? I am going to put some perfect pearls on her gown. No, because they don't have anything on their gowns, do they? Goodness, I am not with it today. All right, just using, okay, get get it to come out the way I want. Don't know if you know this trick, but if you're very careful with perfect pearls, if you tap a little bit, you don't have to tap a lot. I'm going to tap on here. It's a little bit taller. It will flatten out a little bit. Mine won't flatten out a lot because I put quite a bit extra on, but it will come down as it dries. And then I'm going to try for my stickles. Wish me luck. Okay, looking like it might actually want to work today, so let's see if I can get it without it popping back. Oh, sorry if I bumped the tripod, I apologize. I'm just trying to get my stickles down further. I don't want them get like those air bubbles and then it just poofs everywhere, and I'm trying to avoid that. Okay. I have to pick it up a moment. I can't see real well. Okay. That is my finished piece. Again, it was quite easy to do. I come back and just put a little bit of weight on the hands and try to avoid the stickles. Good grief. Okay, so fun little piece. Thank you all for staying with me. I appreciate it. Again, I will be back with the Father's Day. Like I said, either I'll do the paper piecing. I don't know if I'll do it separate, but in the meantime, you guys have a great day. Thanks for joining me.